We had a wonderful day yesterday, being able to meet the children at the Green School and just seeing the incredible things that they've been doing that we ourselves are trying to do in the UK, and they have just taken it and absolutely flourished, and they've created some incredible resources, and they're not stopping there, they are going to keep going. JCED are doing incredible work of teaching people skills that they can use for a lifetime rather than just kind of patching a problem that's happening. They are working to solve these problems with the people themselves. I think it really truly reflects that Ignatian way of thinking and that Jesuit life to work to create the whole person, to look after men and women. My message to those here in Malawi would be keep going. Keep striving to support the environment. You have suffered so many different environmental disasters and so many issues that haven't stopped you, and so keep going and keep striving for your goal. And for those in the UK, we have so much to learn from those here in Malawi. We too have our role to play in looking after the environment, and we too have people living in poverty who we can support through the work that we do day to day to support the environment.
Well, I think one thing I've learned in my fairly long life is that you are always learning. And I have come here and I have learned a lot about sustainability and ecology in the context of Malawi. I've learned new ways of doing things which I myself hadn't thought of, that you are making use of what resources you have to produce things which could be in England might be artificial fertilizers, for example, whereas here you're making use of what you've got. Well, as a teacher, I've been teaching about climate change for some time, and my aspect of it is one of the biggest problems of all is the lack of water. As I understand it, the boreholes that are being drilled in Africa are having to go deeper and deeper. In fact, I always used to tell my pupils, the problem won't be lack of oil in the future, it'll be lack of water. Because if we are to save the environment, we need to have water.
Climate change is one of the most pressing global issues at the moment, and here in Malawi, that's where we are experiencing the most of climate change impact. As JCED, we are involved in this eco-spirituality, promoting it as an alternative to achieve the transformation that we need in our societies. First of all, climate change is here, and we as young people, we are going to have these impacts of climate change for a long time. But at the same time, as young people, we have a role to play, and we can do that in a long time. So I would like to urge young people to take this message serious, that climate change is real and its impact can affect our lives in the long run. It's only when we see things happening, when we immerse ourselves in the communities that are being affected, and when we see what these people are doing to bring change in their communities, that's when we will begin to get the inspiration and come together and see that we need to hold hands in order to bring the impact, the change that we need in our communities. Things that we take for granted, like clean water, unless or until you come and see the water that people are drinking and the water that people are accessing, that can begin to bring in the transformation that we need, the change in our attitudes. We need to take this message, this call to ecological conversion very seriously. We need to respond by changing our attitudes and changing our approach to the use and the care of the environment.